thanks, and you?
Yeah, thank you. You look so good. I love the hair. I haven't seen you in a while. I think I saw you last before you went.
My plan wasn't it still Italy, maybe?
Yeah, that was still Italy the last time I saw you. And now
Yeah.
you've been a year abroad. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So before we start, I first have to say congratulations. This is the first time I can actually tell you face to face. Congratulations for the people that are watching this video. You've been selected as the winner of the EurAuPair Au Pair of the Year. That's
Yeah, thank you.
awesome. Oh my
Thank you.
goodness. Tell me how that makes you feel.
It's a big privilege. It's amazing because it just shows me that everything I've been doing it's working, and yeah, it's an honor. That's all I can say.
Oh my goodness, I can feel a bit speechless. But Anika, tell us, for those who don't know, how does this process work to become nominated and then going on to winning? I mean, for a South African to win, I hear that doesn't happen quite often.
Well, I didn't even know that they nominated me. So that was like a very big surprise. So I just received a phone call, and I first thought, because I'm extending with another year, so I thought that they're calling me like regarding my paperwork and everything. And they're like, so you've been nominated for your family and you're part of the 4 finalists. I'm like, wow.
So usually when I do these videos, I ask the girls, so it's to help other au pairs. And I think you're really a testament to this because at the beginning you didn't always have had the best time. You were struggling a bit and the culture shock and everything you had that side, it was a bit of adjustment. And going through that to winning Au Pair of the Year, that's amazing. Like that's really a turnaround with the same family, everything, same place. Please explain to us how you did that.
So obviously first coming here, it's like all this excitement, like overwhelm and everything. And the first few weeks to maybe your second month, everything is so new, and you just want to experience everything, and you get to meet new people, and it's so much different than South Africa. Um, but then you start to like realize everything that is different, and especially if you compare sometimes the way that you are raised and how American kids are raised, it's very different.
Yes.
Um, so it's tough to work with the kids. It was very tough in my 3rd month, even up until my 6 months,
Oh
which
wow.
is, yeah,
Okay.
it was tough.
It's a big
But yeah, oh yeah,
adjustment.
especially like I come from a farm, so everything is so different. I'm
Yes,
not used to living in a city or anything, so everything was so overwhelming.
yes.
Um,
Sorry to interrupt you there. You have to tell people, where do you live? I didn't ask you this. Where are you? And you're in America. Please tell us where you are because that
oh,
just make a bit more sense.
so I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania, which
Okay.
is super cold.
It's okay. I saw all these snow pictures and I'm like, you must freeze your bum off right now. It looks so cold there. Oh my
It's
goodness,
very cold, but the experience is so nice. Like
the snow.
I won't get this experience back in South Africa, so everything is just
It's
wow.
not that cold
But
here. Actually, it's very hot right now.
I'm like sitting here like thinking I should go get a jacket.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. No, it's like you can see we don't have anything. It's so hot at the moment. You're
Yeah.
lucky.
But yeah, so it was a big change and everything. But then I talked to the family.
Okay.
Um,
Communication.
yeah, so yeah, you definitely need that communication with your host family and definitely with your community counselor as well.
Okay.
Because she's gonna support you through the whole time.
Okay.
Um, so I talked to the family first because I just kind of felt like it's their kids. So before I like take any other opportunities or anything like that, I have to talk to them first.
Yes.
So I talked to them, and things didn't really change, just a little bit for like a week or two, like
Okay. Yeah.
then eventually I was at that point kind of like mentally, am I ready for this? Because it's not that you're doubting yourself, it's
Yes.
just everything is so overwhelming. you start to miss your family. You don't have that family support if you had it back home. You don't have it here.
Yes.
So then I talked to my community counselor and she's like, oh, I really hope you don't want to like rematch or anything. And I'm like, well, if it's going on like this,
maybe.
it's
Okay.
yeah, it's a possibility. But yeah, so then she told me that if I want to do it, I can do it. But then again, even though it was so difficult or
Yes,
tough, you still love the kids.
you do.
And it's so hard. Like literally within the even though it, like I said, it was so tough with the kids, you just immediately like love the kids.
Yes,
Like
you do.
you can't help it. Like
You
there's
can't
nothing
help
you
it.
can do
It's like
about
that.
it.
It's instant now. I know.
Yeah.
Immediate.
Um,
Yes.
and then I just had like a talk with the family again, and then I asked them if we can have like a talk with the kids too.
Okay.
And then I talked with the kids, and they kind of like saw my point. But then when they told me everything that was going on, they told me that the previous au pair wasn't as nice with them, and she just took her stuff and she just left, and they thought that I'm gonna do the same thing. So that's why you have to have the communication, because
Yes.
otherwise you won't know. So
But
that's
at
why
this point, also with the children, not just the parents, because you're working with the children. So if they are able to communicate, talk to them as well, and hear,
yeah
is there anything you can change? Oh my
yeah
goodness, that's actually a
so
big tip.
yeah so once they told me what happened with the previous au pair, I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know that. So it took a while to get through to the kids to
Yes.
show them that I'm not going to be like that.
Yes.
And I think some au pairs or girls, maybe they think they have to focus on the parents to communicate with them, but communicating with the kids is also something you need to do, because if you communicate with them, they start to trust you.
Yes,
And
definitely.
they need to trust, they need to trust you to be able to accept you. So everything just started to get better and better and better. You still get your tough days,
No,
obviously,
children are
but
not going to be wonderful every day, all
yeah.
day. No, it's not like that. Anika, I want to ask you, are you extending with the same family?
Yes, I am.
So you're staying there for another year. You're already in your second year. You're going for your second year. And what are you looking forward to most?
I think everyone's like, I want to travel and things like that. But for me, it's more to have impact in the kids' lives.
That's fantastic. That is.
So it's like seriously, I talked to my parents the other day. The moment that I came here, how they were and how they're now,
Yes.
it's just like wonderful to see that. Even like I'm starting to read the Bible to the kids. It took me a year, but
And
they're finally accepting it.
oh, that's so nice. I
So
love hearing that.
things like that. It feels like if I go home now, everything that I worked for the first year is just gonna stop.
Yeah.
And
You
I
still
don't want
have
that.
work to do. You still have a mission
Yeah.
there, and you still
Yeah,
have to finish that mission before you're done. But I know you say it's not about traveling, but what have you seen since you've been there? And what are you planning on still seeing?
Well, it's gonna be a very big disappointment.
Oh,
I
haven't
I
traveled?
haven't traveled a lot.
Oh my
But I've been to Florida in
Okay.
August, which was nice.
Nice.
We went to Nashville.
That's a cute one. That's a good one. Oh my goodness.
I want to go back.
It's beautiful. I saw the pictures and I was like, this is
Yeah.
gold. I loved that. It was beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm planning on going back to Nashville in this next year. And then only to Niagara Falls.
Oh, that's cool. I remember that one. Also a cute one.
So,
Beautiful. Very picturesque.
and oh yeah. But they say that you have to go to the Canadian side. It's so much prettier. But I need to get a visa for that.
You need a visa for that one. Oh, goodness.
So I'm like, oh,
you can try
it's
something.
fine.
That's okay.
Yeah. There's another au pair here. So we're planning to go to Boston in a few weeks.
Nice.
So that will also be exciting. Yeah. So first actual travel plan for myself.
Fun. We'll make a big post about it. I promise you. Send us all the pictures. Anika's first big travel. We'll do that one. Oh my goodness. But I'm so
Yeah.
excited for you. Anika, if there's anybody here, like you said, the last time I saw you, you wanted to go to Italy. I've been to Italy. It's definitely one I would recommend. But you are here in America, and I can just say you were meant to be there. Like the work you've done with those kids, the stuff you've done, you were meant to be there. Would you change it? Would you still go to Italy? Are you glad about
No,
America? This is
not
where
at
you're supposed to
all.
be.
I think when I wanted to go to Italy, it was like this picture in my head, like almost a dream.
Yes,
Like it's gonna be so wonderful being there. You always see it in the movies and it's
yes,
so beautiful. And it is, but
it's beautiful.
I think it would have been very tough
Mm.
with the communication, not being able to speak Italian and they don't understand you. And I don't know.
Difficult.
But
I can vouch
coming
for
here,
that one.
coming here, it America's big. It's so big, but it's wonderful. Like I wish I could explain how amazing it is to be here.
Mm.
Like I try to explain to my family and my friends, but I can never get the words. It's just like I get it. Some girls have the worst experience ever. I'm privileged enough to have a wonderful experience now.
Yes.
Um,
But it didn't
but
start that way. That's the
no,
thing. You didn't have the best. You turned
no,
everything around. You didn't. I remember when we talked about you, I thought you were going to rematch because I remember how you felt and how this was not the best or ideal situation. And you turned it around completely. You're like the picture of it's okay. And you can, if you want to, you can turn this around and you can make it an unforgettable experience because you will never forget this and this has changed you forever.
yeah. I mean, you get challenges every single day. It's not that you just get a challenge once a week or anything.
Yes,
It's every single day. And you just have to get that mindset like, I'm going to do this. I came here for a reason. I'm not going to pack my bags just because it's starting to get tough. You can go to a different family, but it can be even worse.
they're also
You don't
going
know
to
what,
have things there.
yeah, you don't know what family you're getting.
Yes,
Um, and I'm glad that I didn't rematch or anything because to see the work that has happened, the relationship we've built, yeah, I'm glad with the decision I made, like
so
staying here and trying it. And yeah, now I'm
so
staying for another year.
oh my goodness. So I want to ask you this as well, that how have you changed over the course of this last year?
When I came here, I was 23, so I was still young. I'm still young, but
So yeah,
but you
older,
don't have
wiser.
yeah, but you don't have maybe that much of responsibilities when you're
Yes.
back home because like I still had my parents' support and I mean I was in the family business, so we all had our responsibilities, but it wasn't that big.
Yes.
But when you come here, you have the responsibility to look after someone else's kids,
Big
which is a
responsibility.
very big responsibility. And I mean, if you're used to South Africa,
No, definitely. It's different.
it's like,
It's
yeah, it's totally different. Like when I first came here, everyone told me I'm paranoid. I'm like,
I was as
no,
well.
I'm not. I'm not paranoid. It's just I want everyone to be safe because it's not my kids.
No.
So the responsibility that you like get here is so much bigger. I've grown as a person so much with
Yes.
strength, literally wisdom, because you have to make your own decisions here.
You have to
And
think for
you have,
yourself.
yeah. So I would definitely say I've grew so much as a person.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, but also I grew in my faith a lot
Oh, that's
with
fantastic.
things like you sometimes have to bite your tongue
No,
not to say anything and you're like, oh please God, just help me, just keep me calm.
no,
And things like that. So you have to learn to know when's the right time to mention anything.
mm,
Your people skills change a lot.
mm.
So there's so many things that you learn during your first year or if you go on or whatever. um, I started to notice how I'm changing within the first 6 months
Oh wow.
because, yeah, just like how everything started out, You learn so much about you. Like, I didn't know I'm a very patient person.
Now you know.
But
Yes, that's
now I'm like,
awesome.
wow, I'm so patient.
And
So
you think, good for me.
yeah, pen on the back.
No,
But
definitely.
yeah, you learn so much about yourself and things that you didn't even realize that you have. And it's amazing. Like, I would tell any young girl, even if you did study anything, do it. Like,
Do it.
you learn so much about yourself. You really do. And I get it. Some do it for a gap year to know what they want to do or to travel, whatever the reason is,
Mm.
do it because you're going to learn so much about yourself.
Oh my
No
goodness, you
matter
actually just answered my next question. I was going to ask you if there's a girl out there that doesn't know if this is the right decision, if she wants to do this, she's still struggling with the decision. What would you say to her? And you just went, do it. And every girl I talk to, every girl I interview, and some of you have had bad experiences, some have had the best time. There's au pairs I've interviewed that rematched, and all of them are like, do it. And another girl gave this piece of advice the other day. She said, if you're going to do it scared, but just do it. You've learned a lot. You've seen a few places. You've grown as a person, as an au pair. If you're done with America, will you au pair in another country, or are you done?
I
Not.
think it's going to be very tough for me to leave America, to be honest. Um, and I don't know if I'm going to have the same experience like I did here. If I could, I would stay in America.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you have to come home.
I know.
You
And
have to
it's so
come back.
sad. I know I shouldn't think about it, but even just starting to think I'm extending for another year, but leaving the kids,
Yes.
already that thought, it's like
It's
heartbreaking.
heartbreaking. I just want to say it's heartbreaking to know you
Like,
have to leave them at some point.
it is. So, but yeah, um, I honestly think when I go back home, I don't think I will maybe au pair anywhere else.
Yes.
Not because I don't want to. I think it's just by that time when I go back home, I'm gonna be what, turning 26.
Mm.
So I have to start to build a business, which I already have back home, but I have to start that again and go
Okay.
on and make a life for myself.
Yes.
But I think if I was younger, I would
To
definitely
another
say, you
country.
know what, I'll go to Italy, I'll go to the Netherlands, wherever, I would do it.
I always talk to people, and they ask me, have I ever been abroad and I paid, and I say yes, I went to Italy. This is now older people, and they go, I wish I had done that. I wish that's something I could have done. I was like, so if somebody now goes, I'm not sure, I go, please just go. Because if you don't go, you'll never know, and you'll forever wonder, what if I did do it? What if I did take that step and make that decision for myself? So that's something I would always say to them, just go, just go, just go. Do it if
Yeah,
you
and it's a scary decision to make. I mean, I once I was struggling with making the
can
decision to
remember.
go, but it was like once I started the whole process, it was scary, but until you got the family, it was like, oh, I have the family now. So
Yes.
it's starting to get more realistic and it's not just a dream anymore. And the more you talk to the family, that's also one thing. Um, the moment that you get a family,
Mm.
talk to them at least twice a week. Or
Ah,
even if you just send a video to the kids or something like that, but you have to keep in contact with her family before
yes.
you come also, because that makes things so much easier too.
Mm.
It's not that you're not sure, like, is it gonna be the family that you're talking to, or
Yes.
just
Definitely
that's
talk
another
to
thing.
them. Talk to them a lot.
Yeah. I was talking to the kids like almost every single day. I just like
Oh,
text them like a message to their mom's phone or like send them a video on, I think it was Marco Polo or something.
that's
And then they'll send videos back and things like that.
so
But I think that's the thing. We started to build a relationship even though I wasn't here yet,
yes.
which was also a good thing. And I think if I didn't start to build a relationship early on,
Yes.
I might as well have said, okay, you know what, I want a different family. I want a rematch. That's one thing also. You need to keep on talking to the family just to build that relationship, to be stronger, to be more confident in coming.
Yes.
Because the moment I remember when I got off the plane, like I wasn't nervous at all. I flew
You
like
already knew.
half across the world to a different place and
Yes.
I wasn't nervous at all. But the moment that I saw Erie's lights at night and we
Oh,
were going down, I'm like, oh wow,
you're there.
this is this is real. Like I'm not dreaming. And then I started to get nervous until I saw the kids and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And everything just kind of like everything just went away and it was just excitement.
Anika, there's no doubt in my mind that you deserve this title of Au Pair of the Year. Listening to how you approach this before you went there, the way you approach difficult situations while you were there, you can wear that name with pride this year before you
Thank
have to
you.
give it over to the next girl. You can really, I love the way you have grown and how you approach situations and communicate with your family and how you didn't give up. Because I've told people this, I was like, if there was one girl that I would say could have given up, it was you. I literally at one point I was like, how are you doing this? Like, how are you staying? And you did, and you have a wonderful relationship with your host family, with your girls, and with everything you're doing there. You built this and you did it. And I love that about you. So please wear this with pride. You deserve it. You really
Thank you.
are an au pair of the year, not just there, but here in our hearts. We were dancing with joy when we heard this. And we were so happy with you. Like, really, nobody deserves this more than you. You really put everything into it. And we are so lucky to have you and fortunate to talk to you. And we can't wait for you to come back, but you still have to finish everything there. And then we'll see you when you get back.
They will have a big party.
We'll have a big party. We'll have a welcome. We'll come get you at the airport.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
Okay, the balloons, everything. We'll come say hello and welcome you back to South Africa. But please just finish up there because you still have work to do there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's another thing I wanted to say. You have to make that decision for yourself. Are you here for you or for the kids?
That's awesome.
And that's one thing that I realized. Like, I am here for myself to grow, but the kids also need you. You need to be
Definitely.
example for them.
You stuck with them like glue. You got them. You were literally the glue. I love that about you. You never gave up. And even in your hard times, you really stuck it out with them. And the reward is, I know, and I can see it on your photos and the way those kids are your kids. Like
Yeah,
forever,
I love
they're
them.
yours. You're never going to lose contact with them because they're forever going to be in your heart and they're going to be a part of you. They just do. They say, I still have contact with my host family and I've been back 6 years. So if you have that bond, you have that bond. It never goes away. And I'm
Definitely.
sure you're going to have that bond with them forever. You're going to see them again. You're going to go visit
Oh,
them.
yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
I'll come visit them every year.
And they'll love having you there every year. Anika, I want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for talking to me. Once again, congratulations on your new title. Wear it with pride. I'm so happy for you. Enjoy all your adventures. I'll talk to you
Thank
and
you.
enjoy every moment. And thank you
Thank you.
for
I
talking.
will.
Have a
You're
lovely
welcome. Thank you. Have a good night.
you too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.